Somebody said I should make a video about what happened to me yesterday at the Verizon store, so here it is. I went to the Verizon store. I walked in the door, there was a man in the corner and a couple being helped by the person behind the desk. So I sat down and waited. When the person was done with the people she was with, she said she could help me, and I said, I think the other man was here first. And then he said, I'm not a customer, I'm just sitting here using the Wi-Fi. Okay, I said, that's fine, I'll go. So I wanted to go pay my phone bill. It's a prepaid plan. And I tried to pay my bill, and the lady behind the counter starts talking about I have to add an app to my phone and do all this thing to my phone. And all I want to do is come in there and pay my bill. And I do it every month, and every month it's a new trick on how to make it hard to pay a $40 bill. I just want to go in and pay my bill, and all of a sudden every month it's something new. And she starts talking I have to install an app on my phone to pay my bill at the store. And I told her, I go, this isn't right. I just want to pay my bill. When I bought my phone here, they said I can just come here and pay my bill, and that's all I want to do. Why are you making this hard on me? And then the next thing I know, the guy who was behind me in the store starts screaming at me that I needed to respect the woman behind the counter. And I said, I'm not talking to the woman behind the counter. I'm talking to Verizon. And he just kept talking about how he was going to kick my ass. So I walked towards him. I left everything I had, money, wallet, everything on the counter, because I didn't think it was going to be anything. And I walked up to him and I said, who's talking to you? You know, and he didn't have an answer, and he was looking around trying to think of something to say, but all he could think of to say was, fuck you, old man, you're an asshole. And I said, yeah, I know. That's right, I am. And what are you going to do? And he didn't know what to do. He was looking around. I saw a scared look in his face, and then he picked up my dog. He looked down and saw my dog, my mother's dog. He's a service dog. His name is Reggie, very gentle. He looked down and saw my mother's service dog, grabbed him by the collar and threw him through the air. And I just reacted, and I grabbed him. A fight ensued. I didn't get the better end of it. I was on the bottom of the fight by the end of it, that's for sure, but I think he realized that he shouldn't have thrown my dog. And then when the police came, the first officer on the scene said, what happened? Are you going to tell me what happened? And I said, yeah, I'll tell you what happened. And he goes, okay, give me your ID. And I said, you don't need my ID. I'll tell you my name, but you don't need my ID. And then the cop said, well, if you don't give me your ID, we're not going to help you. And I said, what do you mean you're not going to help me? You don't need my ID to take a statement. And he said, yes, we do, and I if you don't give me your ID, we're not going to help you. And that escalated the situation, and I lost my temper, and I was no good for the next half hour, because the cop he couldn't put it down that he didn't have to have ID, you know. And it's true, you don't have to show ID to cops. That's just the thing they do to gain control. It's something they teach them, but I guess they don't teach them that it's mandatory or it's optional for the citizen, because the citizen doesn't have to give it up. And I didn't want to. So it all went bad. And of course I started throwing around the pig word and shit, but I figured I had right on my side. But you know, they saw the video and they said, yeah, the man threw the dog, but I did lay hands on him because the man threw my dog. And I go, they don't consider that disturbing the peace, I guess. I guess they just look for any way to throw a cop watcher or First Amendment auditor in jail. And the guy who broke the law, he can lick their balls, and they'll let him go and charge me for defending my dog. And that's why I'm angry. And I hate the town I live in, and the police are dicks. And that's how the police keep earning the hate. I don't know what to say anymore. I wouldn't change a thing that I did. The Verizon store is responsible for this. I think the man that was in that store was the boyfriend of the lady behind the counter, and that shouldn't have happened. You know, it should not have happened. I was just complaining. I wasn't calling her names. It was nothing personal. It was just saying that Verizon gives very poor customer service, and I'm sick of it. And then this happened. And now I got to go to court, and I got a charge for assault and battery. And this is what their handcuffs did to my hand. Can you see it? Do you see it? That's what their handcuffs did to my hand. They thought that was funny. Isn't that funny? That's what their handcuffs did. And I'm upset. And thank you. Bye-bye.